Today's sports coverage of the NFL brings us to Las Vegas, Nevada. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Kansas City Chiefs and the Las Vegas Raiders.
Daniel Carlson to kick off for Las Vegas.
And we are underway at Allegiant Stadium. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. To speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
And this is why aggressive defense coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Now a handoff looking right. You can't bring him down.
The weight room does.
Defenders giving chase, but I don't think they're going to get there.
They are not ready for us.
And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. A big play there with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Chiefs are going to take a first quarter lead. And his kick is good to make it 7-0 KC.
Makes the score Chiefs 7, Raiders nothing.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
35-yard.
Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
Over the middle, taken in. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a 1st down.
At the 46-yard line.
Now a handoff here to his running back. He'll get 3 up to midfield.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high powered, you got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to 3rd down. First carry for Josh Jacobs. And he will have a 1st down here at about the 40. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains.
1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Rifles one, it's intercepted. Picked off at the 14. What a start defensively. Your offense goes out, gets the touchdown, and then you get the interception. Just perfect.
How about the discipline that they showed on defense? Because after the offense scored to go up 7-zip, you would think they might be a little extra aggressive trying to get back at them. Instead, they read their keys well. When they took the shot downfield, they were more than prepared for that one.
And here's a good way to kick off a drive, complete over the middle. And all the way to the opposite 45. A big play there for KC. 41 yards.
Down, Kansas City.
So the big play moves them all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45. A handoff as they run the counter play. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Well, they're making a real first-quarter statement with a run game, no doubt.
For those who remember old-school football, running it, establishing things, seeing backs find holes, get through them, they've got to like what they're seeing from this unit so far. Right now, they've decided to, as you've said, establish the run game, and they've been successful doing it.
And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line.
He's brought down at the 37.
The good run on first down followed up by a not-so-good run on second down.
Now let's find out if they're going to stick with the run here on 3rd down. A lot of people would love to see some play action here. I say go with your best running play over your best blocker.
Mahomes looking to throw on 3rd and 2. That's his running back, Edwards-Helaire. And he will have a Chiefs first down. It's a gain of 6 that time on 3rd and 2. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Play action. Now it's Mahomes. Rolling to his left. And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it. And it took the ball off course.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10. And again this time to the 10. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
3rd down.
They got to get to the 20 to keep the drive alive on 3rd down. Now Mahomes, forced out to his left. He can run for it, and he will. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. A good decision in the end to pull it and run, get some 9 yards and a first.
That's something you have to be aware of as a defense and have to find a way to account for him. And if you're not going to use a spy, you're telling your guys to keep your eyes on him, because when he breaks out and makes plays like that, all he does is hurt you.
Have to at least be able to contain him somewhat. There they could not.
Another carry for the running back.
Tanner Muse there defensively.
That play reminded me a lot of a former teammate of mine. We used to call him the trash man. His ability to sift through traffic and make plays was uncanny.
And that's exactly what you want from your Mike linebacker. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Now they'll run it on the toss. And that'll hurt the average a bit, as this time they're able to get him behind the line. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Score, Chiefs 7, Raiders nothing.
This offense 2 for 2 on 3rd downs on this drive. They're in for a tough task here, though. 3rd and long. From the gun, it's Mahomes. Got a man over the middle. It's Woods. And he is going to be stopped at the 12, short of the first down. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th.
4th down.
Butker's kick here is good. And the lead moves to 10-zip. So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, Parker, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find one to get you 6?
And he'll be out of bounds here, a yard shy of the 25 at the 24.
24-yard line.
The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. And the interception last time on the opponent's side of the field. Certainly not what they want.
Put it mildly, that is so frustrating because that signifies there's a drive going on. You're in a good spot, great place to run some of your best offense. Instead, they turn the ball over.
They turned the ball over last time. See if they can avoid doing it here. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage.
Taken down right.
He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. Able to get what they need to keep the drive going with a 6-yard pickup on 3rd down.
7-yard line.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. To the right side and complete to Hurst. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
Complete to number 33.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. They run it with Jacobs. And this is going to be a Raiders 1st down as he's got this up to the 45-yard line. Blocking at the point of attack there was very strong. He had a couple of running lanes.
And I never want to overlook the offensive line, but that's what they get paid to do. How about the quarterback? Everyone thinks all he's going to do is throw the football. His movement and deception can help the running game as well.
And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. They go play action here on 1st down. And his throw is incomplete. Darren Waller, the intended receiver, but it's going to be 2nd down.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Mike Evans picks it up, and he'll bring this one back to the 29. 2nd straight drive now here, Charles, that have ended with an interception.
And I just wonder, because I don't think it's going to rattle him necessarily, but I also wonder if it's going to unnerve him a little bit. Does it lead to another one, or does he find a way to pull it together and become sharp again?
So after the INT, here's Mahomes. Bearing it out deep for Woods. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 48, and the return out shy of midfield to the 46-yard line. This defense had 3 interceptions last week. They're on pace for more than that here, 2 in the first half.
Do not adjust your set. This is not instant replay. This is a defense that is locked in. They're essentially running the routes for the receivers and turning them into the receivers themselves, aren't they? I mean, it is amazing what I'm seeing because the reactions of those guys back on the back 7, phenomenal.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
47-yard line.
They're going to look to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Flynn. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 27 yards there, a 1st down. And he'll give it here to his running back. And some room to maneuver. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards.
Exactly what they needed right there because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
The Raiders into the red zone for the first time. They've got it 1st and goal at the 7. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half, 10-0 our score.
And goal at the Chiefs' 6-yard line.
They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. A great effort there. His 9th touchdown of the season. And the Raiders are back within a score. That almost looked too easy, and I think thanks goes to the offensive line for making it look easy.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one. I'm not sure how much everyone understands the preparations that go into a game for an offensive line, because there's a reason that running backs and quarterbacks give them big gifts at the end of the season after a big year. The consistency and the continuity it takes to know each other and execute their blocks is pretty impressive.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And you know, it's certainly a lot of football left to play. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're in first place in their division. And down he goes, brought down a Raiders sack. And on that one, the protection just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defensive lineman so that you can keep your balance and keep him away from your guy trying to throw the football.
And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Well, you most certainly don't want to go 3 and out here and give the football right back, because your friend, Old Momentum, he's wondering if he should change sidelines about right now. And if you don't convert here, guess what? He's going to make the trek to the opposite side, and all of a sudden, you've got a battle on your hands.
And he will have a Chiefs 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. The defense shaking their heads, not aggressive enough, and they allow him to convert a 3rd and 18. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now they try the right side here. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45.
To the running back.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. And again this time to the tailback. And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Throwing now is Mahomes. And he will be hit from behind and run over. Wow. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. It's a 45-yard punt, just a 1-yard return. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. We're under 20 seconds to go in the half. I'm guessing the wise play here is be safe.
That is the wise play, because if you think about trying to fool them here, here's what you're facing. You're facing a loosened up secondary, playing a lot deeper than normal. So even if you run some type of misdirection, you're only going to fool them for a second or so. And guess what? They're so deep, they're really not going to be out of position. Take the knee, get to the locker room.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. He's going to take another shot here. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off right around the 43. And a potential turning point as he'll get the football in very good field position late in this first half.
40-yard line.
Final shot before the half for Mahomes. This pass going to be caught by Hardman. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. So we've hit halftime. Just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we are off to Orlando now to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports halftime report. Coach?
Harrison Butker to kick off for Kansas City.
The Raiders are going to have it first, and they trail here as we get back to it in this third quarter of action. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. Loose football. It's picked up by the Chiefs. That has brought this one back. A fumble recovery for a Chiefs touchdown. So problems here on special teams, and it results in the scoop and the score.
They talk all the time on special teams about keeping your head on a swivel, trying to see the whole field. Hard to do when things are going that fast, bodies all over the place. You're just trying to find the right guy to align yourself with. On that play, wow.
So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
At their own 23-yard line.
The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half.
2 yards.
Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. Here's 2nd and 8. Trying to improvise. He'll run it. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble. And he'll give it here to his running back. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's 2nd and 2.
The tackle made at the 47-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
At the 50-yard line.
Jacobs now. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
He was brought down at the 45-yard line. A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and...
They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. And he's got this down to the 35. It's a first down on a gain of 10. Those are the types of runs they told us they want to see more of. Look, they'd love the 60 to 70-yard runs, but those 10 to 20-yarders, they can help you win a ball game.
And that means everyone's invested, because you know the big guys up front. That's what they do. They try and move people. But when you get your perimeter guys involved down...
His pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 22. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the 2nd week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
He better figure whatever the reason is. He better figure it out. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40.
A gain of 20.
A good pickup there, 21 yards. And he stopped immediately there.
Number 20.
Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. If this defense wants to stay in this ballgame, they've got to start ending some drives. That helps.
And they have to look ahead at what they expect the offense to do. And right now with that lead, that's run the football. So you don't just stack the line of scrimmage. You have to get upfield and try and make some plays in their backfield.
And to give this time to the tailback. And he'll get 4 here down to the 35-yard line.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here, because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
Well, they need to get to the 29 if they want to pick up a first here on third down. Working from the gun, Mahomes. And going deep for Hill. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 12. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27. Before we came up to the booth, last thing he said as we were walking off the field, want to play mistake-free football. Well, that just went out the window there with a pick.
And do you remember what you said to me when we were walking up to the booth after he said that? You're like, oh, fatal last words. Every time we hear that, things tend to fall apart a little bit, and that's what we saw there. Didn't get enough on that throw, and it turned into an interception.
Well, the drive starts with a completion left side, and he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. It's Flynn, and he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Open man, it's Ruggs. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Call that a very strong gain of 24. And he'll give it here to his running back. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Oftentimes we praise an offense for their variety of being able to hit people with the run and the pass. But in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever awarded an MVU, most valuable unit. And this is taken in at the 5. And he's out of bounds, but not before a big pickup that time on what's going to wind up being the final play of the 3rd quarter. And that is going to do it. Third quarter of action. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's in. Touchdown, Raiders. A great play there. His 10th touchdown of the season, 2nd of the game. And the Raiders have cut it back to within a score. And Charles, the 2nd time today that he has hit pay dirt.
And once you score the first one, there's that natural tendency, and there's also that eagerness to get back there again. Oh, he smells it. This guy smelled the end zone, and twice he's gotten there.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Chiefs take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. I'm curious to see, Charles, about the play calling on this drive. Last time out, the interception that led to a touchdown. Here we are. I mean, very close, 1-score game.
Man, if I'm a defender, I'm actually chirping to you on the other side of the ball saying, hey, we picked off the last one. What you going to do about it now? So when you do throw the football, high percentage, but throw it with confidence. Because if there's any hesitancy at all, it could end up in enemy's hands again.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. And to give this time to the tailback. And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
They'll run with a big man, Campbell. And first down as they get into the ground at the 37. A third down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
I know this game's winding down and people are getting tired, and that's when you really want a big body guy running the football. But I have to tell you, watching him run it, I wonder why they don't use him more earlier in the game.
Yeah, those bigger guys here late in the game, you're trying to protect the lead, usually not as fumble prone either.
No, that is so true because they are taught. Take care of the ball as you surge forward, and you often see them with both hands wrapped around it when they go through the line.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
At the 34-yard line.
Second and 12. Now they'll throw with Mahomes. Completes it to Hardman. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. The catch and run there, good for 16 and a first. This is something you got to be wary of defensively. I mean, just because they're in the mode of trying to burn some clock doesn't mean they won't pass it, and they got good yardage out of that one.
Yeah, and really, when you're looking at it, now they've got a fresh set of downs. Look for second down if they want to take another shot and try and loosen things up. That'd be the time to do it.
Now a man open down the middle of the field. And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. They go right back to him for 20 and a first. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
2nd and 10 at the Raiders' 30-yard line.
This drive's taken more than 3 minutes off the clock already as they come up on second down. Mahomes going to throw. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line.
Enough to start to have a good drive, quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
No, now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
Going to need better protection here. 3rd and long following the sack for Mahomes and company. The Chiefs now going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. That's caught left side by Hardman. And he will have a Chiefs first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a first down.
And the first down, Chiefs.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he'll get this down only to the 18. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
A gain of a yard brings up 2nd and 9 at the 18-yard line.
And they'll try to squeeze in one more play here before the 2-minute warning. Now a handoff looking right. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. They've got a 3rd down, but they are in field goal range already. They got a man. It's Woods. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown.
touchdown.
An 18-yard touchdown grab. And the Chiefs are able to grow their lead.
Well, that was absolutely ideal for them, wasn't it? Trying to salt this game away. I think one of my kids just graduated in the amount of time they had the football. That was absolutely impressive.
Everybody wants those salt away the game drives. What makes them successful?
Well, when you're able to mix run pass, when you're able to control the football and stay ahead of the chains, I'm using every cliche I know, but that's how you get it done because you're not taking negative plays, and that way you're able to run what you want to run when you get a chance to call it.
Charles, this one not over, certainly, but you set the magic number earlier in this game at 20 points, said that they would need to hold them right around that marker under it. What are you seeing here?
Well, that number is still in play because we said, okay, 20 or under gives them a chance to win. Right on pace for being in that range, and guess what? They've got a shot.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Oh, that's got to frustrate him a little bit because they nearly got to him there, and it would have been the first sack of the game. Instead, they're able to influence the release, and they did force the incomplete pass.
2nd and 10 now from the 27. Meanwhile, the throw here is complete. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. 5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5. The last play on the completion got them half of what they needed. Now here's a tough 3rd and 5. And right now, defensively, you love that, don't you? I mean, you'll give them that play.
And they'll take it every single time. This is almost like nickeling and diming it downfield, and too much time's going to run off the clock.
The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 1:06 left to go in the game.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he get a good head steam going.
And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35.
Vegas.
25 yards that time.
1st and 10 at the 34-yard line.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And down he goes. The second back right around the 41-yard line. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play. He's going to let it fly. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this is intercepted. That should do it. Well, and it's picked. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Now, there's one timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time they would use it, strictly for pride.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
Victory in the cards now for the Chiefs as they take a knee here. So this one in the win column for Kansas City. And I know I'm not breaking any news when I say that any road win in this league is a good one.
No doubt.
But it's a double bonus when you get a victory on the road in your division.
And when you start a season, each team breaks down their schedule in different ways. Some do it every 4 games, right? Let's go quarterly. Others say, listen, we've got to take care of our home field. And, you know, out of a 16-game season, if you get 8 at home, let's at least win 7 at home and split our road games. That's what you're trying to get done. So you're exactly right. A road win, precious, especially within the division.
So for Kansas City, the win moves them a couple games over 500 now at 7-5. And they will head home next week to take on the Tennessee Titans. Meanwhile, for Las Vegas, they fall to 6-6 now on the campaign. And they'll have a chance at redemption next week at home against the Los Angeles Rams. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL.